In a mixed-race prison in the United States, a white guy and a black guy accidentally bumped into each other. Normally, the two would have started throwing punches right away, but instead, the white guy spoke up.
Excuse me, man.
No, that's my bad.
No, really. It was my fault.
Haven't you ever seen such a peaceful scene? These inmates weren't acting so well behaved because they actually cared about each other. It was all because the main character had ordered that no violence of any kind was allowed in the prison. No one dared to defy him, he was just too tough. He took down the entire white and black gangs all by himself, and everyone bowed to his authority. But as the inmates grew gentler and gentler, the warden started to panic. You see, he'd had a plan all along. In a week, the board of directors would come to inspect the prison. He needed the inmates to riot, so he could order his men to shoot them dead. When word of this scandal got out, the board would definitely decide to shut the prison down, and that's when the warden planned to secretly invest in the land and turn it into a resort. Now, though, the main character's ban on violence was seriously hurting the warden's interests. He told the main character, "You have to let these haters go back to being violent. Otherwise, your prison sentence will go back to 5 years." On one side was the happiness of others, on the other, his own future. The main character wasn't that noble. The next day, he went to the playground and told all the inmates, "I'm not gonna control anything anymore. You guys can let loose and be yourselves." As soon as he finished speaking, the inmates went wild like untamed horses, going back to their old ways of beating each other up. A week later, the warden kept his promise and recommended the main character for a sentence reduction to the management. During the interrogation, the main character was answering well, but halfway through, he suddenly remembered the day everyone celebrated his birthday, and the images of white and black inmates getting along well because of him. He suddenly had a change of heart. He rushed out, determined to save the other inmates. Meanwhile, under the warden's provocation, the inmates picked up knives and wooden sticks one by one, splitting into two factions and marching toward each other. The warden, watching from the rooftop, waited for the perfect moment to order the snipers to shoot. But just as they were about to pull the trigger, an inmate suddenly turned on the speakers and the inmates started dancing. The warden flew into a rage. He couldn't let his perfect plan go up in smoke. He grabbed a gun and started shooting wildly at the inmates. In the end, the main character arrived just in time, took down the warden, and saved his fellow inmates from disaster. Later, when the main character was released from prison, he said goodbye to all the inmates. Everyone hugged him tightly, and one inmate even had a portrait of the main character tattooed on his stomach to show his gratitude. As for the main character, those fellow inmates had actually saved him too. It's safe to say that after his release, he would turn over a new leaf, no longer being a greedy businessman. A gentleman loves wealth, but he acquires it in the right way. He would never lose his conscience for money.